Yo, what's rocking in the flock? It's your boy Lord Mingo, and today I'll be showing you guys how to craft the perfect Artian charge blade. Well, somewhat perfect because getting that god tier roll on stats with this weapon is almost impossible. So these will be the second and third best options for you to get. I've been at it for days trying to get the best stats on this weapon, and it's been driving me insane. Well, with that out the way, let's jump into the stats. The best stats you could get on the charge blade is 3 element and 2 sharpness. You want the 3 element because the more elemental damage you have on charge blades, the more damage you do in general, because elemental is busted on this game. And you want the 2 sharpness pretty much because you wouldn't have to sharpen for the first 5 minutes of the hunt, and that will leave slots open for other skills like crit boost, magazine load, or rapid morph or something like that. And for the element, yeah, you'll slot in your respective 3 deco for that element. So the second and third best options is 3 element, 1 sharpness, 1 attack, 4 element, and 1 sharpness. My favorite is the 4 element and 1 sharpness because in my mind, the more elemental damage I have, the better. And you always want that 1 extra slot of sharpness because, like I said, you can save a slot. You can save a slot, but still on those 2, you have to run razor sharp or handicraft. 2 sharpness is the only thing that saves you from a sharpness skill, but if you don't land 2 sharpness, you have to run razor sharp or handicraft. And for status builds, the best setup that you could get is 3 attack and 2 sharpness. Also, if you don't know, if you go to the Elder Melder in Suja, once you hit hunter rank 100, you could craft the specific relic item that you need to craft your Artian weapons. Just another reminder, you do have to be level 100 to unlock this, and also once you reach level 100, you'll be able to meld level 2 decorations with her. And in addition to that, if you go to the Oil Well Basin, go to the base camp and look for the smelter, you could craft the ore materials that you need for reinforcing your Artian weapons. I didn't notice at first. I thought we only got these ores through the festivals from Nada, but yeah, if you hunted Arkvale, Gormagala, Jindahan, or pretty much any high tier monster into Oblivion, yeah, just take all those spare parts you got over to the smelter and he'll get you right. Then after that, you want to run over to Gemma and you want to begin forging your Artian charge blade. So I start off by using an element that I really have no care for, which is dragon. If I'm fighting a monster that's weak to dragon, I usually just use my Paralysis charge blade and that gets the job done. So if I'm not mistaken, this time around, I probably crafted about 8 charge blades, crafted like 6 dragon and maybe 2 ice. I do that in the event that if I do land on an element that I want, hopefully it's towards the end and I wouldn't have wasted any of my resources. So as you can see, I'm starting to craft. I'm starting to get my rules. I think I got lucky this time around. Yeah, I believe I did. I think I got lucky and I landed the stats that I wanted on my 3rd rule. Yeah, I think it's coming up right here. And whammo, there we go. Yep, that's the rule I wanted. But I really wanted the god rule, but this is the rule I settled for. I think that's 4 element and 1 sharpness. Not too bad, not too bad. It could always be worse. So once you get the role that you want, you actually want to just back out the game, return to the home screen without saving. That's important. Do not save the game. Once you load it back in, you want to run over to Gemma and you want to start making the Artian weapons all over again. Since I know on my third reinforcement that I'm going to get the 4 element and 1 sharpness, I kind of want to start off crafting my ice elemental charge blades first. How this whole thing works, the stats are random, but they're not random at the same time. Once you start reinforcing your weapons, you'll be set to that set table, and I suggest having a piece of paper on hand to keep track of the stats you get per weapon you reinforced. So like I said, I know that on my third roll, I'm gonna get the 4 element and 1 ice. I could quit out the game, come back in with the materials that I want the weapon for, that I want those stats for. I could craft I could craft the weapon that I want those stats for, and I pretty much know on my third reinforcement I would get that. And I get pretty lucky here. I think I get pretty lucky here. Let me see. Did I get it on my third one or the second one? So I crafted one, crafted another one, and then boom, yeah, instead of the third, I got it on my second roll. So my second roll, I got 4 element and 1 sharpness. Now, in an event that you're crafting away, you might have ran out of materials, or you crafted like 20 weapons, but you still couldn't get a roll that you wanted. You do have to reset the table, and I'll show you how to do that. So yeah, you want to return to the home screen without saving. You want to load back into the game, and then you want to choose a bunch of elements that you don't care to lose, like poison, sleep, or paralysis, or blast if you got it. It doesn't matter, whichever 3. You want to craft this charge blade because it crafts a non-elemental weapon, and then you go and reinforce it. And then once you reinforce it, of course you dismantle it, and then after that you want to save your game, and then bada boom, bada bing, your table is reset and you're good to go. Yeah, this process takes a lot of patience. Just stick with it. Maybe your luck is a little better than mine. You'll be able to land a 3 element 2 sharpness sooner than I was able to land anything. But yeah, hopefully this helps, and take care. Lord Mingo out. Peace.